Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine being born with nothing, no money, no power, no respect. Imagine the world telling you every day, you are not important. Now imagine standing up and saying, I am the greatest, before anyone believes you, before you prove anything. This is not just a story about boxing. This is a story about belief, courage, and never giving up. This is the story of Muhammad Ali, and while you listen, your English will grow, naturally, easily, through real emotion. Stay with me, because this story can change how you see yourself. Chapter 1. A boy with nothing. Muhammad Ali was not born as Muhammad Ali. His real name was Cassius Marcellus Clay, Jr. He was born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky, USA. His family was poor, very poor. His father painted signs for shops. His mother cleaned houses for rich people. They were a black family in a time of racism. Black people were not equal. They were ignored. They were insulted. They were treated badly. Cassius grew up in this world. But even as a child, he was different. He was loud. He was fast. He was confident. People didn't walk around him. They noticed him. His father once said, "My boy doesn't walk. He bounces." The stolen bike. The moment everything changed, when Cassius was 12 years old, he got a bicycle. He loved that bike. It was his treasure. One day, the bike was stolen. Cassius was angry, very angry. He saw a police officer and shouted, "I'm going to find who did this and I'm going to beat him." The officer smiled. He said calmly, "If you want to beat someone, you better learn how to fight." That officer was Joe Martin, and he was also a boxing coach. That moment changed Cassius's life forever. The birth of a fighter. Cassius started boxing. He trained every day. Rain or cold, he trained. Tired or hurt, he trained. He ran with weights in his shoes. He punched trees. He watched great boxers and learned. But he didn't just fight. He talked. "I'm young. I'm handsome. I'm fast. And I'm going to be the champion of the world." People laughed, but they listened because he believed every word. A star is born. At 18 years old, Cassius Clay went to the Rome Olympics. He won the gold medal. He came home a hero. But America was still unfair. Even a black hero was not treated equally. Still, Cassius didn't stop. He turned professional. He won fight after fight. Fast feet, fast hands. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. The world was watching, but the biggest change was not in the ring. It was inside him, and that change was about to shock the entire world. Chapter 2. The man who said no. Sometimes the hardest fight is not in the ring. Sometimes it is against the whole world. America was at war, the Vietnam War. The government called Muhammad Ali. They said, "It is your turn." Ali looked at them and said something that shocked the nation. "I ain't got no quarrel with them, Viet Cong. They never called me a N-word." He refused to go. Not because of fear, but because of faith, because of principles. Ali said, "I will not kill people who did nothing to me." The price of truth. The punishment came fast. The government took his boxing license. They took his world title. They called him a traitor. They threatened him with 5 years in prison. Muhammad Ali was banned from boxing. 3 years. 3 long years. He was 27 years old. The best years of a fighter's life. No fights, no money, no ring. He lost everything, except one thing, himself. Ali said, "I would rather lose my career than lose my soul." A different kind of champion. Ali did not hide. He did not run. He traveled across America, universities, churches, community halls. He spoke about war, about racism, about faith, about freedom. Students came to see a boxer. They left hearing a leader. Ali was no longer just a champion in the ring. He became a voice people could not ignore. The comeback. In 1970, after 3 years of silence, the ban was lifted, so Ali was back. His first fight was against Jerry Quarry. He won. The crowd exploded. But the real test was coming. The fight of the century, March 8, 1971. Madison Square Garden, New York City. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. 2 undefeated men, 1 ring. The world watched, punch at a punch, round after round. Frazier was strong. His left hook was deadly. Ali was fast, but the years away had slowed him. Round 15. Frazier landed a massive punch. Ali fell. He stood up, but the judges chose Joe Frazier. Ali lost, but something strange happened. The world still loved him, because he never quit. Pain, defeat, and growth, Ali kept going. He fought Ken Norton. Norton broke his jaw. Ali finished the fight. He lost. Then he came back. He won the rematch. He fought Frazier again. He won. Fight after fight. Losses turned into lessons. Pain turned into wisdom. Ali was no longer just fast. He was smart. The rumble in the jungle. One more chance. One more title fight. This time against a monster. George Foreman. Younger, stronger, undefeated. The fight was in Africa. Zaire. People were afraid for Ali. But Ali had a plan. A dangerous plan. He leaned on the ropes. He let Foreman punch. Again, and again, and again. Ali protected himself. He whispered, "Is that all you got, George?" Round 8. Foreman was tired. Ali was ready. A sudden explosion. A perfect combination. Foreman fell. The stadium shook. Ali stood tall. He raised his hands and said, "I am still the greatest." At 32 years old, Muhammad Ali did the impossible. He became world heavyweight champion again. People said he was finished, too old, too slow, but Ali proved them wrong. After the rumble in the jungle, he was no longer just a boxer. He became a symbol. A man the world belonged to. Ali traveled the world. In Africa, people called him king. In the Middle East, Muslims called him brother. In Asia, children shouted his name in the streets. He smiled. He joked. He inspired. Ali knew something important. Fame is a test. What you do with it matters. The last war with Frazier. One last fight. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. The thriller in Manila. The heat was brutal. The air was heavy. They fought like men with nothing left to lose. Punches, pain, willpower. Ali later said, it was the closest thing to dying. After 14 rounds, Frazier could not see. His trainer stopped the fight. Ali collapsed in his corner, not from joy, from survival. He won, but both men paid a terrible price. Time always wins. Years passed. Ali was slower. His legs were heavy. He lost his title. Then he won it back. 3-time world champion. History was made, but the body remembers everything. In the early 1980s, people noticed changes. His voice slowed. His hands shook. His movements were stiff. Doctors told him the truth. Parkinson's disease, a fight he could not win with fists. The hardest fights Ali tried once more. Against Larry Holmes, a former friend, a younger man. The fight was painful to watch. Ali was brave, but his body said no. The fight was stopped. Ali accepted it quietly. I had to know. Now I know. In '91 he fought his final match. Then he walked away, forever, a new purpose. Parkinson's changed his life. His smile faded. His voice softened, but his spirit stayed strong. Ali did not ask, "Why me?" He said, "God tests even the greatest." He began a new mission: peace, charity, children, understanding. He met world leaders, helped free hostages, raised millions for education and research. Even in silence, he spoke louder than ever. The moment the world cried, Atlanta, the Olympic Games, Billions were watching. Then Muhammad Ali appeared, silent, shaking, but proud. He held the Olympic torch. His hands trembled. His body was slow, but his soul was fire. He lit the flame. The stadium froze, then exploded. People cried because they were not watching a boxer. They were watching courage. The final lesson. Muhammad Ali lost his speed. He lost his strength, but he never lost his heart. He taught the world something simple. Greatness is not about winning. It is about standing up, even when you can barely stand. This was not just a life. This was a lesson, and his name will live forever. Muhammad Ali, the greatest. When Muhammad Ali entered a room, people stood. Even people who knew nothing about boxing whispered, "That is what courage looks like." The man at home. Ali was more than a champion. He was a father. He had 9 children. His daughter Layla Ali followed his path. She became a boxing champion, undefeated. Ali was proud. Even when he was sick, he was present. Graduations, weddings, family moments, and always his wife Lonnie was there. For more than 30 years, every day, helping him walk, helping him speak, helping him eat, helping him pray. The loud fighter was gone. A quiet warrior remained. Honors without words. From 2000 to 2016, Ali's body grew weaker. His spirit did not. He moved slowly. He spoke little. But when he appeared, the room changed. He received the highest honors: the Presidential Medal of Freedom, United Nations Messenger of Peace, Sportsman of the Century. Streets carried his name, schools, stadiums, and everywhere he went, people stood. The day the world stopped, June 3rd, 2016, the news traveled fast. Muhammad Ali had died. He was 74 years old. The world did not lose a boxer. It lost a voice, a conscience, a light, a funeral for all people. June 10th, 2016, Louisville, Kentucky, his hometown. The funeral was not sadness, it was gratitude. More than 100,000 people filled the streets. Millions watched around the world. Children waved, old men cried, women held flowers, Muslims, Christians, Jews, atheists, all together. His grave was simple. The words on it said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room in heaven." Even in death, Ali was teaching. Chapter 5. What he left us. After Ali was gone, the world became louder. Stories appeared everywhere, not about punches, about kindness. In his final years, Ali traveled quietly. Orphanages, hospitals, poor neighborhoods, no cameras, no interviews, just presence. One nurse said he could not speak, but when he smiled, the room felt healed. The stories. People never forgot. Once, a man stood on a building, ready to jump. Ali went to him. He sat beside him. He listened. The man stepped back. A life was saved. Another time, Ali flew alone to Iraq. He was sick. He was weak, but he believed in peace. He returned with 15 lives saved. He visited homeless shelters in silence. One man said, "He made me feel like I was the champion." The final lessons. Ali was not only a fighter, he was a teacher. He showed us, courage is choosing truth, even when it costs everything. Greatness is serving others without asking for applause. Faith is not shouting. It is living quietly and honestly. The last word. Muhammad Ali is gone, but his lesson remains. You don't need fists to be strong. You don't need noise to be powerful. You don't need fame to be great. You only need courage and heart. Muhammad Ali, the greatest. Muhammad Ali read the Quran every day. It gave him peace. It gave him direction. He gave millions of dollars to charity, to orphans, to families after disasters, to people who had nothing. Ali once said, "I am an American, I am a Muslim, and I am proud of both." When people attacked his faith, he did not answer with anger. He answered with character, with kindness, with calm, with example. A message for the young Ali believed in young people. He told students, "Don't copy the crowd. Don't let the TV tell you who you are. Don't be afraid to speak your truth." He said, "Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your roots. Help the weak. Stay strong when people laugh. And remember, champions are not made in gyms. They are made from something deep inside, a dream, a desire, a vision." The world remembers. After Ali died, the world did not forget. It remembered. In England, children painted his face on school walls. In South Africa, people spoke about his friendship with Nelson Mandela. In Indonesia, thousands prayed for him in mosques. In the United States, Muslims and Christians stood side by side. His name became more than a name. Ali meant courage, dignity, truth, kindness, the numbers, and the truth. Yes, Ali won 56 fights. Yes, he knocked out 37 men. Yes, he won Olympic gold and 3 world titles. But that was not his greatest victory. His greatest victory was standing alone and not breaking, losing his voice and still being heard, living with pain and still smiling, facing hate and choosing peace. Life lessons from Muhammad Ali 1. Believe in yourself first. People laughed at him, too loud, too skinny, too proud. Ali said, "I am the greatest, even before I knew I was." Lesson. Don't wait for approval. Believe first. Become later. 2. Stand for what is right. Ali lost everything for his beliefs, titles, money, years of his life. But he kept his soul. Lesson. Success means nothing if you lose yourself. 3. Train when it hurts. Ali said, "I hated every minute of training, but I didn't quit." Lesson. Discipline builds freedom. Pain today creates power tomorrow. 4. Be bigger than your job. Ali was not only a boxer, he was a voice, a leader, a bridge between people. Lesson. Your work is not your limit. Your impact is 5. Fall, rise, repeat. Ali lost. He was beaten. He was doubted, but he always returned. Lesson. Falling is human. Rising is greatness. 6. Speak boldly. Live humbly. Ali spoke with fire, but lived with grace. Lesson. Let your actions speak louder than your words. 7. Use your voice for the voiceless. Ali never forgot the poor, the weak, the unseen. Lesson. Real strength protects others. The last word. Muhammad Ali is gone, but his lesson remains. You don't need fists to fight. You don't need noise to be strong. You don't need hate to win. All you need is truth, courage, heart. And that is how a champion lives forever. Muhammad Ali, the greatest.